So we'll get into Ray Baird. I think he's on the boundary. Ray?
Look, I just spoke to Benny Nagel about Ryan Harvey. They're going to persevere him. He's out on the ground now just to see how that ankle go, but they're not really confident, boys.
It's fair enough too. He was good in the first term, but it's certainly been persistent, that injury, troubling him as we get underway in the second half. Lilydale leading by 2 points, and it's Mitchener winning the tap once again, as he has for most of the afternoon. It's a secondary bounce as Horsley is claimed at the bottom of the pack there by Jordan. So, ball set in motion once again. Tap one by Mitchener, forces it forward for the Falcons. Hand pass, it was a good one in the clinches from Klepp. Tried to find his target in Healy. They work backwards to go forwards here, the Falcons. Batty at centre wing, looks inboard. Mark taken by Horsley. He's claimed as he tried to play on. Trying to break through the pack also is DePace. He was claimed as well by a couple of Mustangs. Lilydale in the centre of the ground. Eventually it pinballs out. Quick kick towards centre half forward. Hill flew high there for the Falcons, but it's all Mooroolbark at the pull of the ball. Chip kick comes out wide, and the relieving mark is taken between half back and centre wing through Hager. Hager looks towards that position in centre wing, and Slattery's taken the mark, uncontested. Gets the hand pass back with the 1-2 through Hager towards left half forward. Trying to find Giorgio as a target, couldn't quite take it. Kept in play there by Del Biondo, but only temporarily as he forces it out of play. Left half forward for Mooroolbark, right in front of the grandstand here at Toomore Reserve.
Just listening to what you guys were saying at half-time, I thought Slattery's had a very good game as well. I agree with you, Dave. He particularly came into it in that second quarter. He's been really good.
Atkinson back in the ruck for Mooroolbark, but it's hit Mitchener, who roves his own footy and kicks it towards centre half back for the Falcons. Tapped on by Burnston, who was very good in that first half. Slaps it in the direction, trying to favour his teammate in Klepp. Still at ground level, trying to paddle it forward. Klepp regained it, he's gang tackled. We should have a bounce here at centre wing on the eastern side of Toomore Reserve, where the breeze is blowing.
Yeah, it's just interesting to see whether, when the ball is over one side as much as what it is, whether you play some of your strongest players over that way to get that full advantage of them. It'd be interesting to see how both coaches set up in that area.
Bit of a scrimmage from the ball up, and we should have a bounce as Burnston relieves himself from the pack. Let's head boundary side, Ray Baird.
Damo, it's just as you said before, that the wind actually has picked up quite a bit here early in this third term, so Lilydale will need to take advantage of it.
Great work, Tim Fitzsimons on the boundary line, as diving over the football is Horsley for the Falcons. Couldn't get a clear possession. Eventually it's flicked out in the Burnston direction. Mooroolbark players appealing for deliberate as he takes it over, but to no avail on centre wing. Lilydale by 2 points. The winner will take on Doncaster East next week in the prelim final. The loser, well, season over for 2017. All back into play. Neither ruckman won an effective tap out. The ball, good hand pass from Burnston. Try and work it forward here, the Falcons, through Batty on the left foot. Spears it towards right half forward, and it's a good mark out in front from Morrison, who can wheel onto the right foot, sends it into the hot spot. It's a one-on-one contest. Good spoil at the back in the defence there by Egan for the Mustangs. They try and work it out through Craig Smith, who showed great evasion. He's very nimble for a big man. And centre half back looks into the middle for Giorgio. Couldn't quite find the intended target, and the mark's been taken by DePace. And the Falcons can move it forward on the right foot. A probing kick towards centre half forward. An uncontested mark on the chest. Loose checking there from the Mustangs defence. And it's a mark at centre half forward to Brad Lowe, who can go back and shoot for goal number 3.
Geez, that was really poor, wasn't it? The pace turning the ball over, and then to make matters worse, the ball comes inside 50 and the player standing there all on his own.
Well, it just carried that extra couple of metres and he was in the perfect spot.
So the breeze playing a factor with a number of players misjudging that ball. Brad Lowe directly in front, 55 metres out. He's got the breeze at his back. It has the carry, but not the accuracy. Only a minor score. So Lilydale, 6-5-41, hold a slender 3-point lead over Mooroolbark, 5-8-38. Ellie going third term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Great calling, Damo. 3-point margin out here. Sutherland plays it to himself and then tried to thump the ball every bit of 70 metres. Getting a handle on it that time there was Carswell. Lilydale have the numbers across the backies. Burnston received the handball backwards again. That was okay. Batty linked up with his teammate there in Del Biondo. Inside forward 50. He goes, but a strong mark taken there by Jai Jordan from Mooroolbark. Just inside his defensive 50.
A couple of Jais out there for the Mustangs.
Well, that's a fancy name for the young'uns these days. As it comes out, Burnston just took it well and kicks the ball inside forward 50, but he went way wide and out of bounds on the full it goes.
Not like us old fogies.
I was going to say, you may sound
Greg,
like you're
David, Ben, Wayne. Yeah, none of these like hunters or Jais or I don't even know, to be honest. All of them have got beards, I know that, as the ball comes back out towards the wing position now. Slattery got the hand down, but it came down out. Burnston tried to link up a handball over the top there to Del Biondo. That was trapped nicely done there by Aiken, the emergency today, into the team, and he held the ball up well. So it's true centre wing position, but it's far side of Tormore Reserve, just for something different as the umpire throws it up. Tried to trap it there was McManus, couldn't do so. So Lilydale do have the numbers. Tried to squeeze a kick there was Batty. That was chopped off there. Slatter really did well. Got it away. Musa got dispossessed of the football, and now the Falcons a chance to go forward. That is a strong kick inside forward 50. Screaming for the free kick was Preston. He was probably a little bit unlucky not to receive it in that instant as the driving kick goes out towards the half back line. Stacks on the mill, and we will have a ball up, trying to break the tackle that time.
Definitely
Ryan
a free.
McNay.
Sorry, BW. It's definite free kick there. Egan made front on contact. He was stiff there, Preston.
All 5 clearances have gone Lilydale's way this quarter.
Thanks to Choose Tap, it is delicious. Melbourne's best. It was my favourite thing to come back to Melbourne for, Melbourne Water. As it comes out now, Lilydale working their way across the 50. They go. Getting over the top of it there was McNay. He might get pinged here. Well, he almost copped a couple high for his troubles, but the umpire said it was okay, and he got Dunsky. Musa got the handball away, and now Mooroolbark a chance to go forward up towards the wing position. Giorgio certainly held onto. The umpire didn't see it. The big man didn't even need the free kick. Got the handball away up towards the Hager direction, who got dumped on the football. That was hardly there. The Giorgio one was, but Mooroolbark, they'll take it as anyone would as the kick goes inside forward 50. And it went across the face, and the wind got hold of that, and a safe mark has been held for Lilydale, and a short pass is on as well. Burnston, what a game he's having, Davo.
Oh, he's been sensational. Really played a full 2 and a bit quarters of consistent football on ball the whole time. But this has got such a similar feel to what the first 10 minutes of the first quarter was like.
So Klepp towards centre wing. Lowe was in a one-on-one contest, forces it out of play. We'll have a ball in true to centre wing position on the eastern side of Tormore Reserve. Great picturesque atmosphere here at Tormore Reserve in Boronia, with Mount Dandenong glistening in the background.
The rainbow's gone.
Yeah, it's always disappointing. Neither ruckman could win the tap. Falls at Mitchener's feet. The Mustangs have possession. Ground level, hand pass comes out, and they can work it fraud on the counter-attack through the corridor. Kick from Slattery was smothered, trying to barge his way through his belly. He's clean, still a chance for the Mustangs. Craig Smith got the hand pass away. Good tackle applied there on Slattery by Healy. He'll win the free kick, and is the advantage going to be paid here, or is it going to come back? I think Horsley tried to affect the advantage, but it might be coming back to Lilydale on their half-back line. We wait for the ball to be retrieved. It's centre half back. It looks as if the recipient here is going to be Klepp. He's waiting for it in the area. It's that left half back here for the Falcons. And in fact, the recipient will be Horsley. It's a poor kick.
Shocking kick.
Looked in the direction of the pace, didn't quite meet him. It got on the bounce. Cutting, tries to slap it forward. He is successful for the Mustangs. Hand pass comes inboard to Musa. Try to weave his way out of trouble. Dipwell arched the back. Just got the kick away, but was ineffective. And the Falcons can move it forward again on the counter-attack towards the centre of the ground. The bounce unkind and fickle for Batty. Still a chance here for the Mustangs as Batty chases his opponent in Sutherland, who falls to ground level with the ball. He takes it over the line. We'll have a throw in again on true centre wing here at Tormore Reserve.
It's been a very, I suppose, lacklustre last 3 or 4 minutes, hasn't it?
Only one behind scored for the
Bit
turn.
of pushing and shoving on the far side, boys. One of the Mooroolbark players on the ground. Can't see who it is.
They just bring the ball back in now. Over the back, Atkinson got the knockdown. Musa came charging through. Mooroolbark, little handball over the top. Slattery tried to link out wide, and now here's a chance for Mooroolbark to go forward. Inside 50, the kick goes. It'll bounce right out in front there of John's got the handball away to Giorgio. He was dispossessed of the football, and now charging through D. Franceschi. Handball over the top for the Dales. This is okay. Horsley now. on the left boot, squared up a pass up towards the half-forward line or thereabouts. Low swings around on the right boot. That was a probing kick inside forward 50. He's looking for Harvey. This way, that way, broke two tackles, did extremely well. Snap around the body, top of the goal square, they can raffle it. Wilson, he takes the mark only 10 metres out, and this one will be a gimme for the Lilydale Football Club, and they'll stretch their lead to 9 points.
Nothing wrong with his ankle there.
I reckon even I could kick this one.
Wilson, drop punt, go for a goal. There was no doubt about that one going through the big sticks, and on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 10 minutes into the third term, it is Lilydale leading this one by a very handy 9 points. 7-5-47 to Mooroolbark 5-8-38.
It's just as well he managed to get that kick across, because they were open for about 4 or 5 seconds, those two players, and I thought he was going to give a handball, but he eventually snapped the kick around, and how they could be allowed to be so free for so long has got me beaten.
Let's head boundary side, Tim Fitzsimons.
Yeah, after that great play there from Harvey, he's just come off looking still proppy, but if he's able to do a job down deep, it may pay off.
Stevens looking to come back onto the ground for the Mustangs as we're set in motion again. Mitchell won the tap, and it's Lilydale with the clearance through the arms of McNay. Sends a probing kick into the forward pocket, but it's slapped through from behind. Well rushed through for the Mooroolbark defence, and only a minor score. Lilydale move on to 7-6-48, leading Mooroolbark 5-8-38. 11 minutes gone, third term on the Bendigo Bank score.
Boundary.
Let's head to Grant Campbell firstly for some Tuesday match stats.
It adds to advantage for the match, 10-3 in favour of Lilydale. So it's time for Grattan Stevens to play in the ruck a bit more.
So a 10-point margin in favour of the Falcons. As a designated kicker for Mooroolbark, Sutherland runs towards the defensive back pocket. His opposing 27, Mitchiner, got the spoil away and forced it over the line. 70 out from the Lilydale goal, eastern side of Tormore Reserve. Let's head boundary side, Ray Baird.
Look, I wish they'd bring the ball over this side, mate. I'm getting sick of standing on my toes. All I can see is heads over the other side of the ground.
Doesn't help when you leave your glasses at home either, Raymond.
Found them, Bresh, found them.
Well, I don't know how that works. Anyway, Musa barged his way through. The kick goes up towards the half-forward line, almost a strong mark taken out there for Lilydale, but diving on it, Aitken just to hold the ball up across the half-forward line for Mooroolbark. They'll be happy with that one, the Mustangs. They trail by 10 points. It's 12 minutes into this third term. They call it the premiership quarter. Who's going to stand up? Knox certainly did that against Donny East yesterday. Big sticks, Grattan Stevens goes after it. Lilydale numbers at the fall, the ball charging through there. McNay couldn't quite trap it. He was nicely held up there by Jordan, and will once again have a bounce 75 metres out from the Mooroolbark goals.
Mooroolbark just haven't been able to get any run and carry in the last 5 minutes at all.
High throws it up, Slattery came charging through, couldn't quite trap it. Strong tackle by McManus and Noosa. Double team effort, and once again we'll have a bounce just outside the centre square here. It's still just forward for Mooroolbark. Higher throws it up now, big fist over the top there by Mitchiner. Ball hits the deck, strong tackle by DePace. We'll have another bounce. A few stoppages in the last few moments. Just waiting for this game to break open a bit in this third term. It was pretty exciting stuff in the first half, and then now DePace on the right boot kicks it forward. What a sensational mark by Preston. He can just do no wrong, this man up forward for Lilydale today, or wherever he's moving himself up towards the wing. But he'll go back and have a ping for his second goal of the afternoon, and what an important one this is. This could stretch the lead to 16 points, guys.
Yeah, he's had a terrific game, Preston. That was a great contested mark, and Mooroolbark will be really disappointed with that because they looked a little bit likely, turned the ball over, and Preston now.
Well, we're right behind him here. We can watch it go home. That is straight as a die over the goal up high's head it goes. Preston has 2, and Lilydale have 8 as we cross the 14-minute mark of this third term. 8-6-54 to 5-8-38. Lilydale, they've opened the stronger in this second half.
Certainly have 16-point margin in a game that has been relatively close. It wouldn't want to get too much further out, I wouldn't have thought, from Mooroolbark's point of view.
And again, it was another clearance from Lilydale, and they've been well on top in this quarter in that area. Look, Lilydale were 4 goals in front in the first quarter, so we know Mooroolbark can come back, but they wouldn't want to get too far further behind. behind at this stage.
Led by 23 points at quarter time, Lilydale. They're 16 points up now, but it's the Mustangs with the clearance towards centre half forward. Giorgio flew high, couldn't take the mark. Hager at the bottom of the pack, got the hand pass away. Still a chance for McManus. Loops it over the top to his teammate in Roth. On the left foot, swings it back, swings it back. It's a goal to the Mustangs. How about that for a reply? A fantastic goal, a vibro contender. Lilydale now have their lead cut to 10 points. It's the Falcons 8-6-54, Mooroolbark 6-8-44. That's Roth's second of the afternoon. 15 minutes gone, third term, Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
And that was a crucial goal. That's the one they needed to stem the flow, and they've done it. Some nice handball there to get the ball out, and that was a beautiful shot for goal, that one.
Cross down boundary side to Ray Baird.
Yeah, look, there's James McManus. He's working at the centre clearances. It was him that handballed the ball out. Look, he's been fantastic the whole game.
One of the dirtier players on the ground too, and I mean that mud-wise. It's the umpire to restart it now. And we have a ball up in the middle over the top there. That was too easy that time there by Mitchener. Created the space there for Horsley. Got the little handball out wide. He was looking for Batty. Just couldn't quite trap it. Slattery's right on his hammer. Batty goes after it again. Gave the little don't argue. Did really well then. Got the handball, then got it back again on the left boot. Up towards centre half forward. Just couldn't quite trap the football that time. Lilydale still have the numbers. Looping handball out wide. Here's Morrison. He gets it away to his teammate. Here's Burston who slams it home. He just knew it was going through the big sticks. And Lilydale get the quick answer.
I tell you what, you don't want to be critical, but cutting on the ground, when this ball went to ground, he should have won it. He was really half-hearted going into the contest, and bang, goal.
And they were just outnumbered there. When he went to the contest, it was a 2-on-1. And the entire time, Lilydale had the extra +1 player out there, and Burnston ended up being on the end of it. But you're right, cutting going to ground wasn't good.
So, what's our boundary side? Ray Baird.
Look, football can be a funny game, boys. We've had 15 minutes of nasty, contested football, and then all of a sudden, in the next minute and a half, bang, 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 the game split open again.
Oh.
Nasty.
Yeah, I know. I like that descriptive term. Lilydale 9-6-60, Mooroolbark 6-8-44. We're halfway through this intriguing third term. The Choose Tap Division 2 semi-final. It's a knockout final. Stevens wins the tap and roves his own footy, and it's the Mustangs winning the centre clearance through Craig Smith. Sends it high, probing kick inside the 50. Good spoil from Carswell at the back for the Falcons. Forces it over the line, bounces onto the top of a ute, and we'll have a ball in 45 out from the Mustangs goal.
Even though he hasn't won all the tap-outs, Stevens back into the centre has certainly helped in the last 5 minutes with Mooroolbark.
He's been a better matchup, I think, on Mitchener, hasn't he?
Yeah, I would agree.
So the ball in. Mitchener on this occasion wins the tap. Good tackle effected by Craig Smith, and the ball's going nowhere. We'll have a bounce. 50 out from Mooroolbark's goal.
I think this is just about the margin that Mooroolbark will be okay with going in at three-quarter time. They don't want it to be any greater. They'd certainly love it to be short, and there's no doubt about that. Kick smothered. Well done there by McManus, and no one's getting clear there. So we'll have a bounce about 75 metres out from the Mooroolbark goal line. Stevens got the knockdown that time, Soupy, but to no avail. Right there was Richard Wiles for Lilydale. He was quickly trapped by McManus, and we'll have another bounce. Fire throws it up. Knock goes to the advantage there of Lilydale, and off to the races there was Batty. He did really well there on the left boot. Squeezed a kick up towards the wing position where the mark was almost taken by Koga, but he was able to take off anyway and then kicked it wide. Out of bounds on the full inside forward 50. Cutting now for Mooroolbark is the recipient. So he'll send the ball back along the wing position. Straight over the top there of DePace. But he had support in the back spot there, and the Lilydale go forward once again, but nobody's across that centre half forward line. But a free kick has been paid there to Horsley for perhaps a little bit of holding. Horsley winds up on the left inside forward 50. Preston used his body well. Will the ball stay alive? It can't. Running after it. Like he was in a 100-metre sprint was Corey Burnston, and over the boundary line it goes. A left forward pocket out here for Lilydale. What can they conjure here from this stoppage? They currently lead this game by 16 points, 19 minutes gone in the third term. Stevens had the front spot, he knocked it down. A lot of players surround themselves in this football. top, and now the ball's about 40 metres out still from the Lilydale goal line. Mooroolbark just trying to work themselves out here as the clearing kick goes out towards the half-back line.
So the Falcons will move it forward on the left half-forward line with the intercept mark. Long ball towards full forward, but the relieving mark is taken in the Mooroolbark defence by Ward. He'll chip it out wide. Mark taken in the left back pocket by Sean McManus. It doesn't resemble his Fremantle namesake. Kick towards the left half back, wasn't a very good one. Intercepted by Class. Henry sends a classy kick in the Burnston direction, and he can't bring it back far enough. Only a minor score. So Lilydale move on to 9-7-61. Mooroolbark 6-8-44. We're into time on in the third term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
The switch of play, they needed to push across and present some options, and they just had nowhere to go up the line.
How far do you think Lilydale have to be up front at three-quarter time?
Well, they have to have at least a 3-goal advantage, at least 3 goals, I would think. But Mooroolbark have been disappointing this quarter. They really haven't fired much at all, to be honest.
So the kick, relieving kick to be brought back in by Sutherland. Looks into the back pocket. Ward off a step, sends a high ball towards centre wing. Keeley tried to effect the spoil. He was successful. It'll go out of bounds. True to centre wing position, eastern side of Tormore Reserve. Good crowd in. Lilydale and Mooroolbark, as I said, two geographical neighbours who don't really like each other. That's been reflected on the field too as McManus hacks it towards the right half-forward position. Waiting at the back is Aitken. Got the hand pass inboard. It was good play. McManus tried to stream through, did well to break through the tackle. Sends a probing kick into the pocket. Looks in the direction there of Downey. Couldn't quite take it. He recovers. He dribbles it towards goal. It's only a minor score. So it'll be one behind. Mooroolbark 6-9-45, trail Lilydale 9-7-61. 21 and a half minutes gone, third term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Yes, well, if they can score a goal in the next couple of minutes, then they'll have had probably a reasonable quarter, Mooroolbark, considering that Lilydale have probably dominated possession for the quarter.
Well, they did kick one goal, which probably helped them against the flow about 10 minutes ago. So the ball currently 60 metres out or 70 metres out from the Mooroolbark goal. On the outer side of Tormore Reserve, where it's been for most of the afternoon. Worsley got the hand pass away. The Falcons move it forward again as Healy marks on centre wing. He has the overlap runner. Didn't affect the hand pass very well on that occasion. Buttering up there is Birdston on hands and knees. Got it, picked it up underneath his feet and kicks it towards the left half-forward position. Flying high there for the mark was Preston. Couldn't quite take it. It was a good spoil at the back.
He got the free.
He's got the free kick.
Might have got it for chopping or in the back, I'm not sure.
There you go. So the umpire giving him the benefit of the doubt. Preston's kick into the hot spot wasn't a good one.
Well, it wasn't a mark.
Set up perfectly for Roth, and he takes the mark. And the Mustangs will try and move it forward. The mark wasn't paid to Jordan on that occasion. Got the hand pass away. Chips in the direction of cutting. Went through his hands, slipped through his fingers. And as a result, Lilydale didn't affect the turnover, but they fired respite 70 metres out from their goal.
Real lack of composure there from Mooroolbark, but having said that, the pressure very good from Lilydale.
Ball in once again. 70 out from the Lilydale goal. Eastern side of Tormore Reserve as the sun shines valiantly through the clouds. It's on the half-forward line for Lilydale, but moving through the pack, the Mooroolbark players will try and work it forward. Springing hand pass in the direction of Atkinson. Gives a big don't argue and provides the hand pass to Musa. He was tackled as he tried to get his kick and claimed in the tackle there was Belly in the midst of Clep, and we'll have a bounce right in front of our broadcast position on centre wing.
So the umpire to ball it up now, going after it there. Morrison got the knockdown a little quicker around the body there by Burnston. I reckon he's been almost the best player on the ground today. Across the half-forward line now, bouncing in the favour there of Lilydale, linking handball up into the middle of the ground where Healy has some space. Healy goes forward. The kick couldn't quite hit the target there. Swinging around there, Preston. This way, that way, handball over the top.
Play.
This is okay here from Lilydale, but Mooroolbark do have the numbers at the back. They've got the support, and the ball hits the deck, and a free kick has been paid to the Mustangs at the last line of defence, so that was okay where Ward took it and got the kick away, and now they'll use the far side of Tormore Reserve.
Indeed they do, with a lot of run. Kick towards centre wing was well intercepted. He was on hands and knees when he took that mark, Carswell. Almost a sitting duck, but it fell on his chest. Takes it on centre wing, looks towards centre half forward. Morrison flew high, couldn't quite take the mark, may have been chopping at the arms. McManus gets the hand pass back for Mooroolbark. Ball still in dispute, and a free kick's been paid for holding on that occasion, going the way of the Mustangs. McManus will be the recipient.
Oh, wouldn't they love a goal here, Mooroolbark?
Then they would. Chip pass as they try and orchestrate an attack forward through Belly. Belly chips it short in the Atkinson direction. He marks on centre wing, off a step. Looks towards right half forward. Is it a free kick for a pay for the push in the back? No, it's not. Lilydale can move it forward off the half back line. A long ball in the direction there of the intended target in low. He was well tagged by Sean McManus. McManus at the fall of the ball will paddle it over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in on centre wing. Eastern side of Torball Reserve, and a three-quarter time score. Heathmont leading by 8 points over Templestowe.
Oh.
5-9-39 to 4-7-31 out at Central Reserve.
It could be a breeze down there too, so it might have been that Tempe had the breeze in that quarter.
Didn't take advantage of it, didn't capitalise at all if that's the case. Musa was claimed, fell to ground level. McManus got the hand pass away. Ball still on the outer side of Torball Reserve and in dispute. Eventually taking the ball away as Slattery looks laterally into the middle, finds Roth on the bounce. Roth on the left foot. Looks towards centre wing, and the mark again taken by the big man in Atkinson, and he can just relieve attention.
Doncaster still leading Blackburn by 16 points in the third term.
Sharks might hang on if the pattern continues. In the meantime, mark taken by Musa on centre wing for the Mustangs. Sends a high ball. It was almost a nothing kick, but it did find the target in the end. It was uncontested on the chest of Giorgio. Spearing ball inside 50, and the mark is going to be paid to Downey, and he can go back and have a shot 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
This is crucial in this. I'd say.
Downey to reduce the margin to 10 points. He's 45 metres out. Won't quite make the distance. It falls to the teeth of goals. Big spoil at the back there from DePace. Over the line there for Mooroolbark by Hager, and we'll have a ball in deep in the forward pocket for Mooroolbark. 27 minutes gone in this third term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Lilydale by 16 points. Knockout final. Mitchell won the tap for Lilydale. Falls to ground level. Ball still in dispute. Good tackle applied there by DePace again. He's been in the thick of the action. We'll have a bounce 30 out from the Mustangs goal. Time rapidly ticking away to three-quarter time. Mooroolbark pressing inside their forward 50. Klepp was claimed without it, I think. The umpire's going to... No, it's going to be a free kick to Mooroolbark. Picked off the play, and it'll be a shot on goal right on the teeth of three-quarter time. James Belly's the recipient. He's 45 out from goal.
Another tough kick though, isn't it?
Oh, especially from there, it's always difficult.
So James Belly's 45 metres out, 45-degree angle, as the Brits said. It's into the breeze, but it's on.
Here we go.
Three-quarter time siren. This to reduce the margin to 10 points. It'll probably be even keel at three-quarter time, given the wind advantage.
This is Vibro goal a day if he slams this through.
Belly from 45 out. It's drifted off to the right. Sneaks in for a behind, so Mooroolbark move on to 6-10-46. They trail Lilydale 9-7-61 by 15 points at the last change.